Thank you very much for inviting me. I'm very excited to be presenting this idea about the Great Bronze Road that comes before the Silk Roads, as we know them historically. Coming as an archaeologist, I have presented my research from the steppes of Russia, of Kazakhstan and Uzbekistan, and I've just explained in my big proposal of the idea of why the exchange of bronze artifacts was so magnificent and huge and abundant at the time that it basically in scale was unprecedented and unparalleled. So when we talk about the silk is exciting, but I think excitement comes after. But what happens with the connectedness of societies in Eurasia actually happens with the exchanges of bronzes and the making of the tin bronze. And why Central Asia is important, and especially Uzbekistan, is because the tin resources for making tin bronzes are here. In Zarafshan Valley, in Nuratau, along the mountain corridors like up to Altai, so we have them in Kazakhstan as well. And I was explaining how my research in Kazakhstan actually showed that most of the artifacts in Kazakhstan were made from metal from Uzbekistan, which is how I actually was following the trail, and I came to Uzbekistan to work. That was my presentation, and also to present the new initiative, working with the collections here at the Samarkand State University with Professor Nona Avanesova, where we are with the Arts and Culture Foundation pursuing funds for digitalization of the collection of 60,000 artifacts that are yet not known to Western scholarship. And we are doing that with the ICAS, the International Institute for Central Asian Studies, located here in Samarkand.
Вы не первый раз участвуете в данном конгрессе. Как вы думаете, что вы можете сказать о значимости его для дальнейшего развития, популяризации культурного наследия Узбекистана?
The whole initiative that started with Mr. Firdavs Abdulkhaliqov has got like such a huge impact across the globe. He's a man with a vision who decided to just invest all of his energy and invite lots of youth, so young people, to work on this initiative. And people, the scholars from the world who are well known, who have a reputation, and basically this cross-fertilization of ideas, bringing us together to come up with all these amazing publications that we are surrounded with, and that he brought to London as well as a gift to the library of UCL. So we have that collection to study as well. Impact is immense when you have scholarship across the globe gathered around a topic of Uzbekistan cultural heritage, producing monumental monographs that are 50 now, I think, that will outlast all of us. It's just one aspect of this sort of impact that he's making. The other one is definitely the collaborations and the cooperations that we are developing amongst ourselves as scholars, locals with regional, with global scholars. So just everyone is here together, doing something together. And this is what basically the conference is about, and this is what the whole vision was about. So it's on spot, and as always, my compliments to Mr. Abdulkhaliqov for bringing this together.
Вот хотелось бы узнать, вы уже частично, по-моему, об этом сказали, о вашем сотрудничестве с проектом. Вот, может быть, есть, и мы, может быть, какую-то завесу тайны приоткроем, какие-нибудь перспективные у вас, на перспективу какие-то есть планы? Мы можем об этом немножечко сказать? Да, именно вот в контексте совместного сотрудничества вашего.
We have this project that is currently developed with the Arts and Culture Foundation of Uzbekistan government, and it's about digitalization of 60,000 objects held here at Samarkand State University in the museum, archaeological museum. I have seen the significance of collection once I visited it this spring. Basically, just to put it like briefly, as I explained this to the Uzbek ambassador in London, because I visited him to tell him about this wonderful visit. The history or the prehistory of the Silk Roads is, at least for Western scholarship, moved around 2,000 years back with the findings from Zarafshan Valley. So yes, the ex-Soviet scholarship knows about that. There's a lot of excavations, but we need application of new analytical methods and more scientific approaches in analysis of materials to bring this out to the world. And I'm pretty excited to see that the connectedness of Zarafshan Valley and Uzbekistan Bronze Age communities was spanning from Volga River to the heights of the Altai Mountains. And that's something that I did not know of. So for me, that's a huge excitement. It's a huge collection, 60,000 objects. What I plan to do is to bring postdocs and PhD students, local or foreign, but we are going to keep publishing and doing work and following the footsteps of these monographs that are being published. So that's the big idea.
И последнее, но очень тоже важное. Наша страна находится на новом этапе, совершенно новом этапе своего развития. В последние годы под руководством главы нашего государства проводятся масштабные реформы, направленные на построение нового Узбекистана, на заложение фундамента третьего Ренессанса. Вот. Как вы оцениваете эти реформы? Они проводятся повсеместно, в том числе в области культуры и науки.
It's of immense significance for if I speak of cultural heritage or archaeology or history. So I can speak of that aspect. The country is open for collaboration. It is so warm and welcoming, and whoever comes here wants to come again. I think this is my 5th or 6th time. I don't even count anymore. There is a lot of scholarship interested to keep investing. Bringing reputable institutions, scholars, and so on. So when it comes to me looking as an archaeologist how this region is opening, it is the fastest growing region when it comes to how open the collaborations are and the willingness to fund research, more than any other countries in the region right now. So it is definitely heading the way when it comes to my field. So when I speak in archaeology in general and so on. And obviously you see that there's a development, there's books coming, there's conferences, there's a lot of investment of labor and funding in bringing these events together, which obviously happens because there is the politics from the top that is opening the avenue to do so. So for scholarship who wants to study and collaborate in Uzbekistan, this is heaven. This is exactly what we're hoping to be happening. This is the globalization. This is another globalization event, if you like.